Hello, my happy family. It is Friday. It is Friday. And every Friday, y'all, from now until I give up on this channel, welcome to the slice of happiness. Let me say that again. Welcome to the slice of happiness where knowledge is power. I got to get this opening down, y'all. Welcome to the slice of happiness where knowledge is power. I am Jeffrey Williams. Jeff W. Williams, Jeffrey Williams, however you want to call me, Mr. Williams, Mr. Jeffrey, it does not matter. I am also have a channel called Old School Soul Food. Y'all know me from that one. But what we're going to talk about every Friday, as you see by the title, Financial Friday. I'm going to talk to y'all. Let me tell you this. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm going to tell you what I've been through and what I got through to, for me to achieve financial independence. I'm not super rich, y'all. I tell people, but I'm financially independent. People say, what is financial independent? Financial independent meaning I don't have to wait till I'm 65 hoping to get that Social Security check. Don't need it. Gonna take it because it's mine, but I don't need it. It's gonna be directly deposited in my account. I'm not gonna be sitting at the mailbox or sitting on my phone waiting for it to hit the deposit. I don't care because I handled my finances 20, 30, 15, 20, 30 years ago to where I'm set now. I can put my bills on auto pay. I don't have to worry about being late on the bill. I'm financially independent like that. If I want to take a vacation, I shop around, get the best deal, and go for it. That's what I mean financially independent. More people in this world could be financially independent if they just take a few steps and change their mindset, number one, and change the way they live in their life. And it's not major. It's not rocket science. People say, oh, you need a financial. No, you don't. You don't need to hear. Even though I have a CPA and an attorney, because I did that. I got a whole limb last week to get some numbers I'm going to give you because make sure they're correct, which I know they're correct, but I want the exact numbers here because I know what worked because it worked for me and I know what works so I can advise y'all. But a lot of people just need just a tinker and adjust their lifestyle just a little, and they be on the road to financial independence when they get 55, 65, 70 years old. Mostly 55 years old if you start earlier. So this is what you need to do, y'all. The keys to financial freedom. That's what I'm going to name this video on Financial Friday. You need to save. You need to save is number one. It doesn't sugarcoat it. Number one, you need to have a job. That's the number one thing. You need to have income coming in. You need to have a job. The biggest key, the biggest asset to financially freedom, to financially being independent is your income. If you have no income coming in, you don't have to work on the $20 hour job. You don't have to work on the $15 hour job, but you got to have some income coming in. And people gonna say, "Oh, I got this and this." Everybody has bills, and I hear this all the time. But I've seen people that got on board, and I've advised people the last 10, 15 years to do. They wonder how I do and how I got where, and they got on board. I've got young people who been watching me and reached out to me 2 or 3 years ago, and they on board, and they so excited. I get a text or a message from them every 6 months or so, a year or so, and they're absolutely amazing how numbers work. And I tell y'all, it's not rocket science, but you got to have income. Your biggest assets, your biggest contributor for financial independence is your income. You must work. There's no worries about it. You got to have a steady income coming in. Yeah. Another thing I tell people about saving or whatever, quit wasting money on frivolous things. This is a lot of young people get into it, and then when they in their 18s and early 20s, and when they get in their mid 30s, when they calm down from shot calling about big balling and kind of big, look at me, look at the car I got, look at these clothes I got, look, I got the biggest iPhone. They out at the clubs every night buying all these expensive drinks and all this with the biggest, best Gucci shoes, and look at my Coach bag and all that. When they get 35 years old, they broke. When everybody, all the friends is gone and all this party is over, then you're sitting around in a one-bedroom apartment, broke, and with no vehicle catching the bus because you didn't save and you didn't take your priorities in asset when you was younger. Back to what I was saying. Stop spending money on things you don't need to impress people you don't know. So many people do that. I'm going to say it again. Stop. You can write this down. Stop spending money on things you don't need to impress people you don't know. How many people do that? Oh, let me get this car where I can roll up to the light. I know many people got a $70,000 automobile living in an apartment. Mercedes-Benz, BMW, rolling into apartment complexes. They riding around in a house they could have had. But their priorities are wrong. They trying to impress people out in the streets, and they going home to the empty apartments. Nothing wrong with apartments. I started living in apartments for over 20 years until God knows it was fine time for me to get a home. But I'm going to get into that later on, months from now, how you know you're favorable to afford a home. I'm going to get into that later on in other videos. But that's the number one thing. Now, this video ain't going to be that long. I got people already calling in, want to know some advice. But this, I'm going to give you a little tip of this. It's going to be a little, because this here can cover for months what I'm about to cover. Now, I've covered this on my other channel, but I'm going to go to again. A lot of people ain't on my other channel. A lot of people that forgot what I was talking about. This is what you need to do. Now, I'm going to put you at 25 years old. You can start this program at 18, 19. I started at 18 years old saving. I had parents when I moved to Houston, matter of fact, at 19 years old, I moved to Houston. I used to send my parents $25 and put in the bank. $25 every check. I used to get paid $250 a week. I got paid $1,000 a month in 1988. That's what I got paid. And I had to send them every month $100. $100. So I made $900 a month? Of course, rent was $335 an hour back in those days. $100 a month, and they would put in the bank for me. And I'm gonna tell you what happened, what I did with this. I'm gonna tell you what you do. Very simple. $25 a week was a lot back then. Today is nothing. And nobody can look at me straight in the face and tell me they can't save $25 a week. You cannot tell me you can't save $25 a week. You spend that much in Starbucks and Chick-fil-A. You probably spend $50, $60 every week. Somebody won't want to give up, do they? You probably spend 50, 60, some people $100 a week just on food, fast food, and going out to the movies and up in them clubs and drinking up and pouring up. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I know people waste money on a regular basis. But if you at 20, I'm going to say if you're 25 years old, if you start saving $25 a week, which is $100 a month, y'all, $1,200 a year. You take that $1,200 a year and put it in some IRA. Go to I'm telling you, go to a financial advisor, investor. I go to Fidelity. Everybody know I deal with Fidelity. You got Edward Jones. You got other ones out there. Vanguard is good. You got different ones. You put that in some long term, where they got a long track record, meaning they ain't been around, they didn't come around yesterday. They've been in the market 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Mutual funds meaning there's a lot of companies up under one umbrella, meaning you might have Home Depot in there, HEB might be in there, Apple might be in there, Facebook might be in there, Texaco might be on there. You might have 10 under one umbrella. So you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. So if Exxon doing bad or go down for a month or so, you're still not losing a lot because you got them other two that kind of tighten up the road. That's what I mean, mutual funds, meaning mutual mean a lot under one umbrella. You invest in the mutual funds, $1,200 a year. Now I'm lowballing this. If you contribute only $1,200 a year, meaning $25 a week for 1 year, every year, until you get 65 years old. That's 40 years. Now, I'm giving you a minute. I'm going to change it up the numbers here and make it even more fun for y'all. But for 25 years, we not say 25 years old, it kind of get you out of, even though everybody wasn't mature and had advice like me. I think 25 years old, most people, young people have reached a kind of maturity and got over that little partying and all that. They're out of college and trying to really, really live life. That's why I say 25 years old. To 65 years old. Say you retire 65, that's normal. That's what we look at every time. Normal people 65 years old. I retired at 53. But we'll put the end point 65, 25 to 65. You work 40 years. You contributing $1,200 a year. $25 a week. Putting it in them every December. You go to your investor. Here, I want to put $25 a year in there. $1,200 a year in here. Just put it in there. Don't mess with it. Don't look at it. Because the stock market gonna be like this and all like this. Don't worry about it. Check on it every month or so. Just kind of see what is going on. Get on the road with your investment. Tell how you want it, whatever. He'll tell you how you want to invest it. If you want to be low risk, I'm gonna go in that later on in other videos. How big a risk? Of course, if you're younger, you want a high risk. If you're older, you want to do the risk level lower because you're getting to the point where you're about to retire. But the end of that, from 25 years old to 65, if you contribute $1,200 a year, $25 a week, $100 a month, you'll have my CPA sent this over. You'll have $275,000 in that account. $275,000 just putting in $25 a week out of your that you're gonna throw away anyway. $25 a week. Say you got a good job. Every year, usually, average person on jobs, you get a little raise. Every few years, you get a raise or whatever. Say 5 years from now, you making good money, you got a raise or whatever, you make a little bit more salary. We want to double what you contribute. You want to put $50 a week. You want to put a little bit more, which is what? $2,400 a year. Instead of $1,200 a year, you only do $2,400 a year. When you get 65, you start at 25, 65, that's $530,000. That's $500,000 by just contributing $50 a week. $2,400 a year in an IRA. Fact check me on this. Go to IRA calculator, put it in there. Fact check me. I know what I'm saying is true. As any investor, what I'm saying is true. You'll have $500,000 working 40 years, just putting $50 out of your check, out of your expenses, $2,400 a year in an account. Now, let's triple that. Let's go up to $3,600 a year. Let's keep going here. Hey, we can make a little bit more money on our job. Got a more promotion. Maybe got a better job, make a little bit more money. I want to contribute a little bit more. Same aspect. 25 years old to 65 years old, contribute a little bit more. You'll have $786,000 when you get 65. Okay, let's really get heavy here. Let's put 4,800 in there. Oh, we the manager of the whatever store, restaurant, business, or whatever. We got a nice. We making pretty good money. Pretty good money here. We got a car already paid off, which I'm gonna get to that later on in another video. We ain't got no car note, nothing like that. You know, some people. Let me say this. Some people have car notes now, $500, $600, $700. I know a guy paying $700 a month for a car. $700 a car for 72 months. Back to what I was saying. Contribute for, okay, this, say you got a good job, you know, you manage or whatever, you want to contribute $400 a month to the IRA. $400, which is $4,800 a year to your IRA. That's a car note to some people. More people, I'm telling you, some people pay more than $400 wasting. Some people pay more $400 on a Mercedes or BMW that they don't need, just wasting money, living in an apartment. That same $400 you contribute $4,800 a year. Say you from the start early, you'll have $1,043,000. $1,043,000 in your account when you get 65. You'll be a millionaire if you was contribute $400 a month. I'm telling you, y'all, people sit around and waste money and think, oh, woe is me, I can't make it. This is no, it's not. It's simple math. Life is simple if you take ownership of your life, take ownership of your finances. I put paper to the pen on everything I buy. People think I'm a jukeball, geek, dork, but I can tell you, what money going in, what money's coming out. I've always been like that since I was 19, 20 years old. I've always paid my bills on time. I'm never late on bills. My parents, my mama was very, very adamant about this, paying your bills on time. I'm never late on bills. I never overspend. I was brought up like that. My parents instilled that to me. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. A lot of people just don't have that kind. You got to have that kind of discipline. It really saddens me now. People, I hear that people 65, 70 years old, they have to depend on Social Security. It's so sad. when I know if they just had made a little adjustments in their life when they got younger, it wouldn't be like that. Now let's go back here. Let's drop that 25 to like I was 19, and then you can retire at 53. When you back that number up, and like I said, I wish young people could see this video. You can start, some people work, kids working at 18 years old, and you don't have to go to college. Everybody ain't for college. Go get your trade school. You know who some of the most highest paid workers out here right now is plumbers. Plumbers and electricians are making a killing out here. People don't realize it. If they don't go to college, they go to trade school, of course, and learn their trade. Plumbers making, I know a plumber here, he making about 350, 400,000 a year. I know him. 400 grand a year, y'all, a plumber. People laugh at people like that. He said, he's doing good. Everybody, college is not cut up for anybody. I know you need a doctor, lawyer, scientist, stuff like that. You need to go to college. College is not for everybody. Quit trying to push your kids to go to college. Get them to go get a good trade. My parents didn't push me to go to college. I'm going to trade school. I want to be a chef. My parents were behind me 100%. I went and got me a trade. College wasn't for me. School, I didn't, and mathematics and all that, after multiplication and subtraction and all that, after that, you lose me. Algebra, trigonometry, what? I don't know nothing about that. I have no idea what you're talking about. That ain't for me. And I knew that. I knew what was for me. But I'm getting off subject here, but it's just something I'm very passionate about. When people get 65, 70 years old and they have nothing to show for it, they have no accountability. They've been working, a lot of people been working their whole life. They have nothing to show for it at the end because they weren't the steward of their finances when they was younger. You got to be, it doesn't matter. I hear this, oh, I got 3 kids, I got 4 kids. It doesn't matter. I know a girl, I'm telling you, I know a lady, call her a girl, but anybody younger than me is a girl. She in her mid-40s. She have 3 kids. She got on my program about 5 years ago. She's killing it. She has 3 kids, don't have a husband. A mom living, I'm telling you, she going to school too. It's no excuse. People, I'm a what they call it, motherless, fatherless, no father in the home or whatever. It does not matter, y'all. It doesn't matter. There's no excuses. Quit wasting your money frivolously. I promise you, if I follow you for a year and tell you to just send me everything you spend every day and put pen to the paper, I guarantee you people waste $500-$600 a month on stupid stuff they don't need. I bet I can go in people's closets and they got 100 dresses in there, 100 pair of shoes they don't even wear. Probably got so much stuff to do. I look at this stuff that I got sitting over here that I'm going to give away to a meet and greet. This stuff is leaving my house. All these jams and jellies and stuff like that, I cannot wait till my meet and greet in October. All this stuff going. I don't like holding on to stuff and having so much stuff and stuff like that. It just drives me nuts. That's why last year I didn't have my meet and greet. That's why a lot of stuff is still sitting. Quit getting stuff, accumulating stuff you not get what you need. Quit buying stuff you don't need. That's another video for another day. But yeah, take my advice, y'all. Just get on this program. I'm gonna be doing more videos on it. The key to financial freedom. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be, but you want to be able to pay your bills and have money left over if something go wrong. Duh. I understand we all one bad medical report from going broke. I'm not naive. We can get sick with some devastating sickness that can just can deplete your bank account. I know that. I'm just talking average people out here that's not saving their money. They're not stewards of their money financially. They just out here just trying to be a shot caller, big baller, just look at me or whatever. And then later on, they looking for help for somebody else. Look, and then they get mad when you doing, I'm telling you, jealousy is crazy. I told you this in the previous video. God sent me a message. Oh, it must be nice. You got 3 cars, a couple of homes and land and hey, but yeah, it is nice because I took care of my finances when I was young. Yeah, it is nice. I'm not ashamed of what I am and what I did and the steps I took, and I choose the right way and make the right decision. I wasn't in the clubs all night buying all these drinks. I didn't buy no most expensive car. I paid cash for my vehicle and the nice vendor vehicles. I didn't pay no $600-$700 car note for 72 months. I didn't do none of that because I was taught not to. I was taught to buy a car with cash dependable vehicles. Don't buy no brand new vehicle because when you drive off the lot, it depreciates. Because I'm not impressed nobody. I'm trying to. I shop it. I hate when Payless shoes went out of business, y'all. I used to live in Payless shoes. Go buy me. They had my size in there. They had size 13s, which I used to wear at that time. Used to wear Payless out. Joe did. Wasn't the same about it. Everybody else, oh, I need Nikes. I need all that. You pay, let's do what I need to do. Joe do. Now I wear checkers. Skechers. That's why I wear now because they fit my feet. And Skechers, sometimes you can find great deals on them. But yeah, I've been through that. You should buy clothes off the rack at Walmart. Give me some shirts and shorts. Hey, I ain't going no. I don't need to go no Gucci and all these places and why all that. Oh, I need the best Nike shorts and I don't need that. Now I can buy 20-pound Nike shoes if I want to, and they can't afford one. I'm telling y'all, be a steward of your. I'm telling people, this is another thing I'm gonna close out with. You want to live like no one else early, so later on you can live like no one else. Because I'm living like a no one else right now, because I live like no one else early in my life. Nobody else when my age was doing what I was doing. And later on, those same people looking at me, still working on the job, some of them paycheck to paycheck, that laughed at me. Me and my best friend, we've been best friends for 30 years, and we laugh now because they've been knowing me for 30 years. They remember, they said, Jeff, I remember when you used to work 6 days a week, was only off on Monday, could have to work holiday, you had to work night. We talk about this. They saw me going to work every day but Monday. I used to be only off on Mondays. I could never be off on holidays. I had to work every holiday except Christmas and New Year's. Other than that, I worked every holiday. I worked nighttime, sometime late. I used to have to go to work in the morning. We call can't see to can't see. I work at 6 a.m., then get home sometime 10, 11 o'clock at night, depending on how busy it was. And they remember that. And my friends say, Jeffrey, you deserve everything. We remember when you used to work all them hours. Yeah, they remember. They saw me. They've been through it with me. They rode that train with me. And they on the same page as I am because they saw me. And my brother the same way. So anyway, I just want to close this video and kind of say every Friday you're going to come in here and I'm going to put some knowledge of what I did, how I did it, and what I want everybody else to do it. So let me close this video. Make sure you watch my other social media accounts. I'm on, of course, YouTube here. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So follow the other Slice of Happiness channels there. So anyway, until next time, have a happy, blessed day. Y'all have a happy weekend. I'll see y'all Monday. Love y'all. Bye.